Hey, welcome back, everybody. Another weekly webinar. It is Tuesday. Grain markets started a little bit lower here today in the red. We've now kind of shifted into the green just a little bit. So, we recently did a survey here. We sent this out to our subscribers. Going to go through the numbers, but we want to say thank you to everybody that took part in this survey. So, let's get started in here. We did what was your expected corn yield versus your APH? And you can see the numbers kind of spread out in here. Really, what it came down to is most of our respondents were at or below APH on their corn yield estimate. Old crop left to sell. Most guys, majority of our respondents here have their old crop taken care of. We're probably just down to some gambling stocks. When you get into new corn, this was not much of a surprise considering where we're sold on the report. But as a whole, it could be argued that farmers might be a little bit undersold here on new crop corn. So, like I said, just to sum things up, for us, based on our survey and what the market is going on in the sentiment. We're probably looking at a 174 to 177 national average yield. Like we said, old crop down to gambling stocks in here, so not a whole lot of concern, but you probably want to get that moved if you're still holding it. And then new crop though is probably slightly undersold, and what we have to watch is Brazil's competitive on the global market, and if the funds go net short, that's where we can run into problems. If U.S. farmers are holding corn and the funds are net short, that's the type of move that can get explosive to the downside. So definitely look at where you're at on your APH and your margins, and give us a call if you have any questions on some strategies there. Going over to the bean side, things were a little bit better. A lot of guys closer to APH, at least compared to corn, and then still slightly below, but not quite as bad. When you compare it to the corn numbers. Again, beans sold ahead. This was a little bit underwhelming. There's still quite a few out there that just don't have a lot of beans sold ahead. Now, again, some of that can do with some crop uncertainty, but going back to the corn principle here, if the funds liquidate their net long position and even go net short with the U.S. farmer again undersold, this could lead to some more downside pressure. For us, yield probably around 50 to 51 and a half here on beans based on kind of the information we got from this survey. Here's your wheat. Things are kind of mixed across the board. Mistake we didn't make here is we didn't really specify based on wheat class. So we'll definitely want to make sure to clear that up here for next time. But overall, crop looks decent. Like I said, we need to break it down better into classes. Finally, you're just going to have to reward rallies. The Black Sea has definitely got people fearful. But at the end of the day, the world isn't necessarily short on wheat. It's just a matter of logistics in some instances. So we really need to focus on margins and profitability here. Let's just wrap things up here real quick. We included the USDA. We have a USDA report out here on Friday. So here's your pre-report numbers. Yield on corn right now is estimated at 175.7. Again, that falls in line with what we're thinking, somewhere in that 174 to 177 area. Beans estimate right now is at 51.4. Again, it's kind of in line with what we're figuring based on this survey and sentiment and what have you. Really, I think that what the key is going to come down to is U.S. ending stocks. And right now, again, estimates ahead of the report, 2.167 billion bushels on corn and 263 million bushels on beans. And when you go back to previous years, when you have these type of ending stocks numbers, corn usually doesn't spend much time above 5, and beans might not spend a whole lot of time above 12, 50, 13. So something to keep in mind. When the USDA did print an initial bean stock ending stock number in the 300s, we saw no futures head down to 1130, I believe it was, definitely below 12. So again, we're not necessarily doom and gloom, but we have to be realistic on what these numbers are telling us. We're not, there's certainly problem areas out there, but there's also good areas. So keep this in mind going forward. Know where your revenue protection numbers are at. If you have questions, you can give us a call. We can get you over to Craig too as well. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Thank you again for filling out this survey. Don't forget to hit the like button, and we'll be back here with you with our report this afternoon.